Ladies and gentlemen, this is Intervlog. I said, this is Intervlog. Today, we are bringing you one of the most inspiring and historic reports from Burkina Faso. Wow! This is something that deserves not just a headline, but an entire movement across Africa. Under the leadership of President Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso has done something truly exceptional, awarding the best teachers with beautiful houses, real tangible homes, not symbolic gifts, not leather bags, not certificates that gather dust. No, real villas. This is a turning point for Africa, and it's a story that must be told over and over again. Burkina Faso, the land of integrity, is rewriting the narrative of what leadership means. And in this moment, we also shine a light on a man of vision, Mr. Lassana Diawara, chairman of the board of the Bank of Africa, who stepped forward during the Day of Excellence to promise not one, but two beautiful villas for the best teachers in the country. Wow. Can you imagine the joy of those teachers? Can you imagine the power of such a gesture? A villa for a teacher. What a loud message to Africa that education matters more than anything else. Now let's pause and reflect. Why is this so powerful? Why does this matter more than building another cathedral, another mosque, or another shrine? Because education is the foundation of civilization. Religion has its place, yes, but in Africa, religion has too often divided people, created conflicts, and even fueled poverty and discrimination. Look around Africa. Communities split by different denominations, Muslims and Christians arguing, sometimes even fighting while children sit outside under trees with no classrooms, no books, no desks. Parable time. When a man builds a church without building a school, he gives his people a place to pray for bread, but not a place to learn how to bake it. That's the reality of Africa. Too many prayers, not enough skills. Too many sermons, not enough science. Too many religious buildings, not enough laboratories. And this is why Captain Ibrahim Traoré is a rare leader. Instead of pouring national resources into grand religious monuments, he is pouring energy into schools, into teachers, into the very people who build the nation's mind. That is visionary leadership. Wow! Education is not just about reading and writing. It is the key that unlocks employment. It is the engine that drives economic growth. It is the shield against poverty. It is the light that eliminates ignorance. It is the soil where the seeds of development are planted. Think about this. When you educate a child, you are not just giving knowledge. You are creating tomorrow's doctors, tomorrow's engineers, tomorrow's innovators, tomorrow's leaders. You are building the very foundation of Africa's future. But when leaders focus only on religion, what happens? Division, poverty, dependency, endless prayers for miracles instead of building the skills to create those miracles. Captain Traoré understands this truth. He is showing Africa that the true temple is the school, the true altar is the classroom, the true priest is the teacher. And that is why rewarding teachers with houses is not just a gesture, it is a revolution. Teachers are the unsung heroes of every society. They wake up early, stand in front of classrooms, and plant the seeds of knowledge in young minds. They do not carry guns, yet they defend the nation by building its future. They do not wear crowns, yet they shape kings and presidents. They do not sit in parliaments, yet their words echo for generations. Parable time. A soldier defends the borders of a nation for a generation. But a teacher defends the mind of a nation forever. By giving houses to teachers, Captain Traoré and Mr. Lassana Diawara are saying to all of Burkina Faso, we see you, we honor you, we value you. No more symbolic leather bags, no more empty promises. Real houses, real rewards, real respect. Wow! We must take a moment to salute Lassana Diawara. This is a man of vision, a builder, a patriot. On the Day of Excellence, he did not come with words alone. He came with action. 2 villas promised to the best teachers. This is symbolic, but also concrete. It is the private sector stepping up to join the state in honoring education. This is what Africa needs. Business leaders who understand that investing in teachers is investing in the nation. Congratulations and respect to Lassana Diawara. This is an example for Africa. Now let's speak directly to Africa. Presidents of Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Kenya, South Africa, Ethiopia, Tanzania, everywhere. Are you watching Burkina Faso? Are you seeing what Traoré is doing? He is showing you the path forward. Stop fighting for religious dominance. Stop wasting resources on symbolic awards. Start rewarding teachers. Start building schools. Start investing in the next generation. Because if Africa continues to build more churches and mosques than schools, we will continue to pray for jobs instead of creating them. We will continue to import doctors instead of producing them. We will continue to cry about poverty instead of engineering our way out of it. Traoré is saying, enough is enough. Build schools, not divisions. Let's be honest. Different religions in Africa have too often been the source of discrimination. Families divided, communities split, nations weakened, poverty deepened. And yet, education does the opposite. Education unites. Education uplifts. Education creates opportunities. Education eliminates unemployment. Parable time, two brothers prayed in different temples and became enemies, but when they studied in the same school, they became partners. That is the power of education. Religion without education is blindness. Education without religion is progress, and education with critical thinking is civilization. Look at Africa's unemployment crisis. Millions of young people graduate from secondary school or university without jobs. Why? Because too many of them were not trained with the right skills. Because too many resources went to preaching, not teaching. Because leaders focused on politics and religion instead of science and technology. But imagine if every African country rewarded its best teachers with houses. Imagine the prestige of teaching. Imagine the motivation for young people to become teachers. Imagine the quality of education improving. Imagine millions of new doctors, engineers, and innovators emerging from Africa. That is how unemployment is eliminated. Not by waiting for foreign aid, not by praying for miracles, but by teaching and rewarding those who teach. Civilization is not measured by how many cathedrals rise in the sky or how many mosques stand on the land. Civilization is measured by how many schools, universities, laboratories, and libraries a nation has. Civilization is measured by how much knowledge is passed to the next generation. Traoré is civilizing Burkina Faso through education. He is saying, our greatness will not come from how we pray, but from how we learn. Wow, that is powerful. That is historic. That is a model for Africa. And here on Intervlog, we cannot hide our excitement. Wow, this is the kind of leadership we want to see. Wow, this is the kind of Africa we dream of. Wow, this is the story we must amplify. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not just rewarding teachers, he is rewarding the future. He is not just building houses, he is building hope. He is not just honoring individuals, he is honoring education as the highest calling of a nation. So let this message ring across Africa. Reward teachers, not just preachers. Build schools, not just sanctuaries. Invest in minds, not just rituals. Follow Traoré's example. Honor Lassana Diawara's vision. Celebrate Burkina Faso's boldness. Because in the end, it is not the mosque that will build the bridge. It is the engineer. It is not the church that will perform the surgery. It is the doctor. It is not the shrine that will program the computer. It is the teacher who trained the student who became the programmer. And so, today, Intervlog says with pride, bravo Burkina Faso. Bravo Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Bravo Lassana Diawara. Bravo to every teacher who wakes up every morning to shape the next generation. Wow. This is history in motion. This is Africa rising. This is the power of education over division, knowledge over ignorance, unity over discrimination. And this, my friends, is the story of how rewarding teachers with houses can change not just Burkina Faso, but the entire African continent. Let us dive deeper into this great story. Burkina Faso, under Captain Ibrahim Traoré, is giving us a new definition of leadership. Too often in Africa, leaders wait for donors, for foreign aid, for instructions from former colonial masters before taking bold steps. But not Traoré. Wow. He is demonstrating that African leaders can design their own destiny, and the cornerstone of that destiny is education. Think about it. For decades, the prize for the best teacher in Burkina Faso, or in many African countries, was something symbolic, sometimes even ridiculous. A certificate, a leather bag, maybe a handshake from a minister. But Traoré said no. Teachers deserve more. They deserve dignity. They deserve honor. They deserve real life-changing rewards. When Lassana Diawara, the chairman of BOA, stepped up with the promise of 2 villas for the most outstanding teachers, he was amplifying Traoré's message. Teachers matter. This is a milestone. It is not just about houses. It is about resetting values. It is about telling young people, if you choose teaching, your society will not abandon you. Your society will lift you up. Wow, that is revolutionary. Let us remember, the true wealth of a nation is not its gold, not its oil, not its diamonds. No, the true wealth of a nation is the knowledge of its people. Look at Japan, look at South Korea. They do not have massive natural resources, but they invested in schools, in teachers, in education. And today, their economies are powerful, their industries advanced, their societies respected. Parable time. A nation with diamonds, but without education, is like a man with gold, but without wisdom. He will be cheated until he has nothing left. This is what Traoré understands. He is saying, Burkina Faso's future will not be written by foreign aid or by religious miracles. It will be written in classrooms, by teachers, by students, by knowledge. Let us never forget the central role teachers play. A teacher taught the doctor who saved your life. A teacher taught the engineer who built the bridge you cross. A teacher taught the lawyer who defended your rights. A teacher taught the president who leads the nation. And yet, in too many African countries, teachers are among the least respected, least paid, least rewarded. It is a tragedy. It is a betrayal of our future. But here comes Burkina Faso saying, no more. From now on, teachers will be honored. From now on, teachers will be rewarded. From now on, teachers will stand at the center of national pride. Wow! Can you imagine the happiness in the hearts of those teachers receiving villas? For decades, many of them lived in modest houses, struggling to make ends meet, sometimes teaching under trees, sometimes walking long distances to classrooms with no electricity. And now they are being told, your sacrifice is seen, your effort is recognized, your dignity is restored. Let us be clear. Poverty is not cured by endless prayers. Poverty is not cured by building more religious temples. Poverty is cured by education. Poverty is eliminated when young people are taught how to create businesses, how to innovate, how to manage resources, how to lead. Look at Africa today. So much land, so many resources, so much potential. But without education, we import rice from Asia, we import clothes from Europe. We import phones from China. Why? Because we did not build enough schools to teach our young people to produce these things themselves. Parable time. A farmer who prays for rain without learning to plant will starve, but a farmer who learns agriculture will harvest even in difficult times. Education is the tool that allows a nation to use its resources wisely. Education is the tool that transforms poverty into prosperity. And that is why Traoré's investment in education is more valuable than any religious investment. We must speak the truth. Religion, though valuable to the soul, has often divided Africa. In many countries, Christians and Muslims do not trust each other. Different denominations of Christianity fight among themselves. Different sects of Islam argue endlessly. And all the while, children are sitting under trees without teachers, without books. without hope. But education unites. In a classroom, it does not matter if you are Christian or Muslim, rich or poor, from the north or the south. You are all students. You are all equal. You are all learning. That is unity. That is progress. Traoré has chosen unity over division, schools over shrines, knowledge over rituals. Wow, this is bold, this is visionary, this is Africa's future. Unemployment is the great plague of Africa's youth. Every year, millions graduate into joblessness. And what do politicians say? Pray. What do religious leaders say? Pray. But prayer without skills is frustration. Education is the answer. When young people are taught agriculture, they can create jobs on the land. When they are taught engineering, they can build industries. When they are taught technology, they can create apps, companies, entire economies. Education eliminates unemployment by turning job seekers into job creators. And rewarding teachers with villas sends a signal. We value those who make education possible. We value those who shape our future. We value those who will end unemployment by training the next generation. Let this message travel from Ouagadougou to Abuja, from Bamako to Dakar, from Nairobi to Pretoria. Presidents of Africa, wake up. Follow Traoré's example. Reward teachers, not just preachers. Build schools, not just cathedrals. Build universities, not just mosques. Because the nations that invest in education will rise, and the nations that ignore it will sink. History has already proven this. Europe rose because of the Enlightenment, because of education. Asia rose because of schools, because of teachers. And now, Africa must rise the same way. Parable time. The man who spends his wealth on praying mats will bow forever. But the man who spends his wealth on books will stand tall forever. Imagine the pride of teachers in Burkina Faso right now. For years, they saw politicians rewarded with luxury cars, businessmen rewarded with contracts, soldiers rewarded with medals. But now, finally, teachers are rewarded with houses. Wow! This is a moment of dignity. This is a moment of justice. This is a moment of hope. Teachers will teach with more passion. Students will learn with more respect. Society will grow with more balance. Because when teachers are honored, education flourishes. And when education flourishes, the nation prospers. We must once again applaud Lassine Diawara. In Africa, too often the wealthy ignore education. They prefer to donate to religious causes, to build mosques or churches, to fund political campaigns. But Diawara chose differently. He chose to reward teachers. He chose to invest in knowledge. He chose to make education his legacy. This is an example for African businessmen. This is an example for banks, for companies, for investors. Do not just chase profit. Invest in teachers. Invest in students. Invest in education. That is how you build a legacy that will last beyond your lifetime. Wow. Here on Intervlog, we cannot contain our admiration. This is why we exist, to amplify stories like this. Stories of real change, stories of real leadership, stories of hope. Burkina Faso is showing Africa that transformation is possible, that progress is possible, that a nation can rise not through prayers alone, but through knowledge, through teachers, through education. This is the end of our program today. See you on Intervlog, same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you for watching Intervlog. Thank you.